anything that attaches itself to us, loyalty, sin, they have to be abandoned and our loyalty to Christ declared. That's why the author wrote in the book of Hebrews, therefore, since we are so surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us. He said, lay aside the weight. He talked about it was talking about a race, and running a race, which the Apostle Paul did a lot. And so this author is also talking about running a race. They don't know if it was Paul or not, but this author is talking about running a race. And he's talking about when you become cumbersome and you weight yourself down, you cannot properly run a race.
Amen.
You can't run it with any kind of efficiency. And the author is saying that if you want to run the race, you've got to lay off every weight that holds you back, that holds me back, that holds us back. We have to lay it aside. And in our lives, we pick up lots of weight. We pick up lots of baggage. We pick up lots of things to carry with us. In the wilderness, they carried a lot of junk.
Amen.
They carried the reproach of Israel.
Amen.
Of Egypt. They carried their disobedience to God over and over again. They carried their rebelliousness over and over again. They carried the anger of God with them over and over again. The things that God had said to them about rejecting them. They carried them with them.
Amen.
But they had to lay aside that weight by being obedient to God and making Him Lord of their life and being obedient to Him and declaring their allegiance to Him.
Amen.
We've got to lay aside the weight that you and I pick up and carry. We've got to lay aside the fear that we've picked up. We've got to lay aside the pride that we've picked up. We've got to lay aside the selfishness that we've picked up. We've got to lay those weights aside.
Amen.
Anything that keeps us from achieving God's purpose in our life, we have to be willing to take off.
Amen.
My son has a blanket, Alex. He's had it since he was a baby. It's a SpongeBob blanket. And when we are in that house, that blanket is with him. Now, he's almost 12 years old. He loves that blanket still. He's like Linus. That blanket is always with him. If you've been to our house, you've seen Spongy, the SpongeBob blanket. That's what he calls it, Spongy. He's had that blanket since he was little. He doesn't like to be without it. Sometimes that blanket is an encumbrance because it is a problem because he likes to leave the house with it. Right? He likes to take it with him. And he likes to, and if you've had a fairly large blanket, you drag it everywhere you go. It's, people notice it. You're losing it. You're dragging it on the ground. His mommy has to wash it all the time because it's getting shut indoors. And, Odie slobbers all over it. He's always with him. And it becomes more of a hindrance than a help. But because you become so attached to it, you can't let it go. And you drag it with you everywhere you go. And so in our lives, we allow these things to attach themselves to us through the course of our lives, and they weight us down, but they become our security blanket, so we're unwilling to let them go.
Amen.
We're unwilling to let them because even though it's twisted, they give us some weird sense of comfort.
Amen.
It's twisted comfort. It's not true comfort. It's not true joy. But for some reason, it gives us a false sense of security. But really all it's doing is keeping us weighted in place and not allowing us to move forward.
Amen. That's good.
We've got to identify the things in our life and in our past that we have picked up, and we have to drop them.